Hi friends, it is Thursday morning. I just got off of a training call and I'm about to do my workout here in a couple of minutes. But first, I want to talk to you about what I learned on today's call. Cats are getting crazy. So first of all, super excited and proud of Courtney. She hit her first massive rank, which is diamond, and I kind of talked about it in a post. But I was on this call today. I'm part of this Rise Up course, right? It's all about leveling up yourself and becoming that version of yourself, like breaking up with your self-limiting belief and all of that. So, you know, I have big goals for my business and I have them on my vision board, and I've had the same goals just about for the last 5 years. And I've kind of been start-stoppy because, oh my gosh, it's really scary to get outside of your comfort zone. And I know that you can completely relate to this. Maybe your story doesn't look like mine. There's a feather. Hi, Brenda. But anyway, I was thinking about how we let our self-limiting belief and our fear of getting uncomfortable keep so many of us stuck, which is, I know I'm not the only one, right? So I took a couple random notes and I'm just going to talk them through with you guys, and maybe you'll get a nugget, a morsel, something that will speak to you and will encourage you to keep showing up, whatever your journey looks like, because we're all here for different reasons and we're all in the middle of different journeys. None of us should be cookie cutters because that's not how this group runs. This is about you not being so obsessed with the number or a size or something like that. It's about you becoming obsessed with getting better every single day, even if it's a start-stop journey, even if you struggle, even if you scream all the bad words into a pillow and you don't know if you can go on. This is about you deciding that your journey is worth showing up to, as imperfect as it is, no matter how long it takes. It is your race and you are the only one responsible for running it. You can have the most kick-ass coach, you can have the most designer freaking workout pants or your fancy bike or whatever it is you have, but if you are unwilling to pay the rent every single day and to show up and do the work, you're not going to level up your life. And you guys, this is not just about the food that goes in your pie hole. It's not just about how you work out. It's about you breaking up with that self-limiting belief and replacing it with something else. And in the beginning, it's going to feel super awkward and weird and stupid. And you're like, these affirmations are so dumb, Sarah. They feel like complete lies. Well, you know what? If you want to change your life, you have to change your mindset. And that's what we focus on here, because your mindset matters more than anything else you do. True story. Okay, so one of the pieces of advice that Moira gave on today's training call was about flipping your script and changing your perspective. And that's why I have a gratitude practice every single day. I'm encouraging all of you to make it your own and have some piece of that be part of your daily life, part of your intentional, purposeful living. So it doesn't need to be a journal that you sit down and fill out every single morning. For me, that works. I need to get my filter right in the morning. Otherwise, I tend to focus on being tired or needing to do this or feeling behind. But if instead I can get ahead of my day and be like, I'm grateful for tampons. I'm grateful for toilet paper. I'm grateful for flushing toilets. I'm grateful for all of you that I can ask my TMI questions. I'm grateful for all those things. What else am I grateful for? It doesn't have to be like rocket science. I think that a lot of people overcomplicate this. Like, I'm literally grateful that I can set the auto brew button on my coffee pot and I can come out here in the morning and have hot coffee that I don't have to impatiently wait for. I'm grateful for the internet. I'm grateful for fun slippers. I'm grateful for all the stupid things. It's all those little things that set your perspective so that if you are feeling super anxious or really overwhelmed or really stressed out or really just downtrodden with the state of the world, you can focus on the things that you have control over, which is your mindset and your gratitude filter, and you can just choose to collect more of the good. And I'm not telling you to be Susie Sunshine and drown out the reality of what's happening, but I'm also telling you that you being obsessed and checking the news cycle and checking into Twitter or all the other things that feed your anxiety monster, it's not going to help you feel any better or more prepared at all. I'm all for being aware and being prepared, but I know that with my anxious brain, I need to prime my pump. I need to focus on the good so that can be one of the first things that I start thinking about. If I have my brain dump of all my gratitude, all the seemingly tiny things that we just take for granted because it's just part of our everyday thing. These silly little gourds, these make me feel grateful. This makes me feel happy. It sounds stupid, but seriously. So shift your intention And when you do that, you can start to ask yourself, you can start to think, like, how are things happening for me versus to me? 2020 is such a shit year. I think we can all agree on that. But instead of focusing on all the ways it's hard or it's challenging or it's forcing you to do things differently, again, flip the switch and like, how can this be happening for you? Are you getting to spend more time with your family? Did you put off something that maybe you couldn't fully afford? Are you getting more quiet and clear about what actually really freaking matters? Are you finally taking control of some area of your life that has been out of control? Like, how is life happening for you versus it happening to you? It's just a choice. It's your perspectives. You get to choose. Oh, Target wants me to come back and keep shopping. Not today, Target. But anyway, you get to choose. You are not a victim unless you choose to take on that role. And whatever's happened to you in the past, it doesn't have to define you unless you allow it to. So step into purposeful living. If you are following people, if you are plugging into sources, places that make you feel depressed and overwhelmed and just behind, stop. Step away. You control what you're consuming. And so if you need to check into the world and see what's happening, okay, fine. Set an alarm on your phone or just give yourself 5 or 10 minutes, but don't pregame your day with that because you will change your entire filter. I am telling you, okay? So step into purposeful living. Detach emotionally, if you can, from some of the stuff that's happening in the world. If it's not exactly impacting your bubble in this moment right now, then why worry about it? You worrying about it is just praying for things you don't want to have happen to happen. That is what worry is. Praying for something you don't want to have happen to happen. I don't want to pray for shit I don't want. No, thank you, okay? So in the hard, you can find your blessings. It's all about your perspectives. I know that there's some terrible things happening out there. I know that some of you have been affected really in a very personal way, and I'm not downplaying that, but I'm challenging you to flip your script around it. What in the hell is happening? The other thing, so this really resonated with me. A question came up, like, if you have someone in your life that's complaining, or you have someone in your life that is just terrible things are always happening to them, they seem to be a magnet, maybe you are that person, maybe you are the magnet and bad things keep happening and it feels so unfair and you're always behind the curve and blah, blah, blah. You guys, law of attraction comes into play. It's a legit thing. And so you are what you focus on, which is why I want to start my day with gratitude. And I'm encouraging you to do the same thing because you are what you focus on. And so if you're focusing on being anxious, you're focused on that person being an asshole, you're focusing on this terrible thing happening to someone that you know or that you read about or blah, 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 you're going to attract more of that. And it's completely out of your control. So you complaining, it brings you down and it brings the people down around you and you attract more of that. So let it out, let it go, bitch less, and you'll have less issues. I wrote that down. I circled it. I'm going to highlight it. Bitch less and have less issues. I think we are all guilty of that. Your spouse comes home and you're just like, "Meh." Does it make you feel better? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And if it does, well, then that's time to do some personal development. I know it doesn't really make me feel better to bitch about things. And then it just makes me look like an asshole. And I don't want to be an asshole, okay? And I think most of you don't as well. So I'm not telling you to ignore real life stuff that's happening to you, but I'm telling you to take ownership of it and take control of it and dump it in a journal somewhere, set that shit on fire, release it, bless and release it, do your energy work, literally zip up your energy and brush it off. And if you are a person that is percolating in your hard and your mess and you're stuck, stop with the mantra. It's not serving you. And the more you tell yourself this is too hard or this is happening or I don't know what to do, the more you tell yourself that, the more that will become your truth. So I'm not telling you to be Susie Sunshine and say, everything's amazing, my life is so epic. Instead, come up with some affirmations around how you're learning from this and you're growing from this. And just because this is your current situation doesn't mean this will always be your current situation unless you choose to stay there. So if you were driving through your life today and you were just looking through your rear view mirror, you're going to crash and you're going to burn and it's going to suck and it's not going to feel very good. So I'm telling you and inviting you to come on the journey with me to brush that shit off and to be like, I'm going to move forward. And I don't know exactly my path and I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I'm proud of myself for choosing to surrender the things that haven't served me. Doesn't matter if my nutrition's been garbage all week. Doesn't matter if I've stopped 550 times. Doesn't matter. What matters is that I'm here today and I get to choose how I'm going to show up. I get to choose my filter. I get to choose whether or not the stuff that has happened to me or it's happening for me. And I can find the lesson in it, even when sometimes there is no lesson. The lesson is we get to choose and assign the lesson. Surrender the stuff that doesn't serve you and stop talking about it to everyone because you're just making it worse. If you don't know where to begin, if you feel super overwhelmed, do a brain dump. This was such an aha for me. First thing I do in the morning, I've started every single day. Every single day I do my gratitude practice, but I'm doing this course, right? And it's all about using the Rise Up Planner, which I freaking love. If you are into planners, I highly recommend the Rise Up one by Myra Kusaba. I've been saying it wrong all this time. You can find it on Amazon. That's where I got my first one. It's a game changer. I love it. It's a place to write your weekly goals, your monthly goals, your yearly goals, and just to get really clear about what your vision is. Because if you don't know what you want in life, if you don't know where you're headed, how will you ever get there? It's not about you winning and hitting all the goals, but if you don't have a roadmap and you don't know who you want to become and how you want to show up, you will never ever change, you guys. It's so freaking important. So even if you're not running a business or you don't have some crazy life, air quotes, we all have crazy lives, I really encourage you to get it and to look into it, or just to watch her YouTube videos about how she uses it and then make something your own, incorporate something else, okay? Where was I going with this? Oh, so she talks about having your vision. And so for me, that felt so overwhelming. Like, had my vision, oh my God, like all the things, right? And so instead, this was an aha. She said in this course I'm taking, you don't have to have this eloquent vision statement, okay? You can just write a whole bunch of bullet points of feelings or things or experiences that you want to become your reality, and do that in all areas of your life, your career, your family, your relationships, your finances. What are the other ones? I don't know. Just like brain dump all the words, okay? And then read those every single day. That's what I want. I'm not going to focus on what I have. I'm going to focus on what I want. And focusing on what I want and who I'm becoming, that will help me shift my perspective. And it's going to help me show up today as the person that I need to become, to be her, to have those things. And it's happening without me even recognizing it. So seriously, brain dump those things out. Have your vision. Have just a bunch of words, okay? It doesn't have to be something super awesome, perfect, beautiful, Pinterest worthy. Puke a bunch of words and then revisit that every single morning. I lost track of what I was trying to tell you. I don't know, but you pregame your day. You start your day with intention, okay? Fill yourself with positivity. Find a personal growth book that resonates with you. If you're struggling with fear, if you're struggling with procrastination, I love Mel Robbins' The 5-Second Rule. You can listen to an audiobook. You don't have to spend hours a day, 5-10 minutes. I started setting the stopwatch on my phone because I get so squirrel-brained and distracted. I'm like, it's time to move on to the next thing. So I tell myself, okay, Sarah, you're going to read this book for 5 minutes. And does it mean that I'm going to get through an entire book in a week? Probably not. But I'm getting traction. And that's what I want. And I want you to get traction too in your life. This is not just about you completing a program in 21 days or 30 days or 100 days. This is your journey, you guys. And it's about so much more than a freaking workout program and a shake or containers. It's about you living your best life and leveling up every single day to become that next level version of yourself. If they can, why not you? If I can, why not you? If they can, why not me? I legit put that on one of my letterboards today. Why not you? Why not you? So if you don't like where you're at, if you feel unhappy and overwhelmed, take ownership of where you are and figure out what is like 1 or 2 things that you can do today. That's where I was going. So she said to have your vision statement. I write my gratitude practice every single morning. I read my vision statement, and then I have my notebook. This is my notebook I use every day for my business. I know, so fancy, right? And I'm writing at the top of it my to-do list. All the things are just percolating around in my brain that I'm like, oh my God, I got to get to that. I puke it out on paper, and then I order them. I number them from 1 to 10 of the things that I need to get done in importance, and then I do them. I don't do all of them. Some things are rolling to the next day or the next week or whatever, but it just it's soothing to me to get it out of my brain and then to have that action plan where I'm not going to overthink this. And it's not going to be, well, where will this fit? And how can I get it done? No, it's like, it has to happen. And I have one thing on here that I'm too embarrassed to tell you what it is because we're so behind with our life. It's taxes. I've been procrastinating. I feel so overwhelmed. So I said, I put it on my list today and I was like, just 30 minutes, Sarah. That's all I have to do. 30 minutes. I'm going to legit set my timer. And for 30 minutes, I'm going to get together as much shit and document as much stuff as I need to because this is ridiculous. I really thought I thought Trump was going to extend the deadline. And so I have not taken action like a responsible human being, but that makes me feel terrible. So I know that you all have something in your life that you're feeling bad about and you keep kind of hiding it. Like, you know you need to do it, but it's the cat in the litter box. You're like burying it. You're like, well, if I just ignore it, no, there's no ignoring it. Like, it's there, okay? It's there. It's going to come out in some other area of your life. So take ownership of it and try that. If you have so many things, you feel so overwhelmed, puke it on paper and just number them. You don't have to number all of them, just your top 10, okay? And are you going to get through all 10? Maybe not. Does it freaking matter? No, it just matters that you've taken some action and that you've taken your ownership back. And instead of all these things flopping around in your head and giving you anxiety and making you feel bad, you can take freaking action. So whatever you need those to be, make them happen, friends. Okay, cool. Anyways, I am going to get off here and I'm going to go do my workout. I'm going to drink my unicorn juice. Tomorrow is Friday. And then yes, I know my days of the week. See, I'm so qualified to homeschool my kids. Saturday morning, we have a virtual fit club. So I hope some of you join us. It'll be 9 a.m. my time zone. I'm in Mountain Standard Time. And how it works is you get on the Zoom, you do your own freaking workout. I'm not looking at you. No one else is looking at you, but it's really great accountability if you were like me and you tend to stop 50 times to like check the laundry or do something with the cats or the kids. Like, no. Yeah, I'm gonna push play and I'm gonna freaking make it happen and I'm not gonna make excuses. So take ownership of your life today, my friends. I hope that some part of this very rambly video served you and gave you some kind of morsel to like take ownership of your life, because this is your life and you are the one ultimately responsible. You are not some passive bystander that's just showing up to see what happens today. No, you own your freaking journey and you're responsible for your life. And that is not an overwhelming thought. That is I can do this. I was made for this thought.